Hello my friends, so I greet you in the love and in the light of the one infinite creator. And in today's session, I have channeled the Galactic Federation since today is the Lionsgate portal. And the thing is about the Lionsgate portal, it's a very important period wherein we can actually activate ourselves. So for full understanding, the Galactic Federation, they will explain to you how this life-changing event can help you in ascension, okay? And what can we do at this period? Because listening is one thing and application is the other thing, right? So they also tell us what we can do at this time. So basically they talk about the 5 things we can do, okay, in this Lionsgate portal. So let me tell you, the first thing they describe is what is the Lionsgate portal and what is the significance of the Lionsgate portal energies, right? And the second thing they talk about is what happens during this time period. Why is it significant for us light workers, star seeds, wanderers, and all the souls on the earth planet? Why is it important? So they talk about that. The other thing I found fascinating is they talk about the dual activated bodies. The dual activated bodies are the bodies which they talk about in this session also, which we can also activate if we follow the procedure which has been given, okay? It's very interesting. And the other thing is they talk about, how can we activate our dual activated body? They describe a very simple method which we can use to do it. And the other thing that I've asked about from my queries in the YouTube community posts by many of you is, when does a soul come into the fetus, okay? So this has been answered in the session, and I hope you will enjoy this session. Actually, this session is really interesting. In this, you will find a lot of information. I just love the session. And also, before the session begins, I would like to say thank you to all of you. I'm really grateful because you like the video. It helps to reach out to people who need it at this time. And before the session begins, I want to play a short trailer, after which the session will begin. So enjoy it, my friends.
Imagine being able to communicate with beings in other dimensions. Imagine being able to learn more about who they are and why they exist. Imagine being able to ask them questions about whatever interests you. Well, you no longer need to imagine, because now you can.
We greet you now in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. We are honored to communicate to the human collective consciousness today. We shall now share with you a simple method of balancing all of your energy centers. Since the vibration test of the planet is underway, the positive forces, along with us, are constantly broadcasting divine love, light energies.
Join Sam the Illusionist for a 4-part series on UNIFYD TV, where he will ask questions on your behalf to beings in higher dimensions and channel the answers for each and every one of you to watch. Join us for this incredible interactive experience, only on UNIFYD TV.
We are the Galactic Federation now, speaking through this instrument's vibration sequences from our location in the Saturn planet as known by your people. Our communication is occurring via a process of transference of our vibration to the mind complex of this instrument, who has the responsibility of using its vocabulary sequences from the mind space to project our thought forms for the betterment of the human collective consciousness. Today, upon scanning the vibratory sound complexes queries,
In the mind space of this instrument, we sense there are certain queries to be asked, and we are now going to address and answer them. However, free will must be exercised by each entity who is existing in this timeline. The first query, which relates with the Lion's Gate portal, we must state that this gateway, as known by your people, is occurring at this time when the logos of the sun is in the so-called astrological sign of Leo, and this represents the activation of the heart center and also represents the individual entry into the divine heart center, which is also the seat of the fourth density. This Lion's Gate is a perfect stage to anchor your energies towards that of fourth density vibration, which will awaken within you this alignment and activate your light body DNA sequences, which activates the human energy field, and this activation of the light body DNA will lead to acceptance of higher vibrational frequencies and the awakening consciousness for those who desire such awakening shall receive such vibration frequencies, which are an assistance for this ascension pathway. These light codes are approaching at this time from the location as known by the people as Sirius, and these energies from the spiritual sun, the Sirius, are offering a level of activation and opportunity for those beings and mind, body, spirit complexes who desire to progress along the path of ascension. This Lion's Gate portal is all present for those who fully want to awaken the divine light body within the physical vehicles of each entity who desire such experience. Each entity who have the choice of aligning with the awakening codes and energies available at this time for the activation of dual activated bodies. These dual activated entities can be found on the Earth planet even at this time, even though many may not realize that they have dual bodies. One is that of the third density physical vehicle body, and the other is that of the fourth density light body, which exercises upon the fields of love and light. And such entities are those entities who, as known as the pioneers of the fourth density on the Earth planet, they are those entities who graduate firstly into the fourth density energy and decide to incarnate back into the same planets for providing the anchoring of light to the planets and offer love and compassion for other entities to have the opportunity to spiritually evolve into such a density. And this is the illustration which can be primarily found amongst the wanderers of your own planetary vibration, whose dual activated bodies will, at this time, activate firstly, followed by other entities, such as the starseeds and the light workers of this planet. The dual activated bodies are similar to those entities who can experience multiple timelines, and each timeline seems as real as the current. Such types of entities have the ability to use their fourth density light body for the purpose of entering into any timeline and experiencing any activities desired. Therefore, we shall now share with you a simple method to activate the dual activated bodies. The method is simple. To firstly use the process of light love light, to change each thought form and image in the mind during the day of the Lion's Gate portal, wherein each word and image in the mind is changed to a heart or a love symbol, which will then give your mind, body, and spirit complex the energy required to vibrationally vibrate at the level of love and receive such energy sequences coming from Sirius to allow each one of you the path towards entering the fourth density vibration and activate your dual activation bodies. We shall now address the other portion of the query, which relates with when during development in the womb does a soul occupy the fetus. We must state that this is relative to the soul who desires to enter into the Earth planets through human physical vehicle consciousness, as the consciousness can decide to enter in the beginning stages of conception, and many may choose their parents and decide to enter at a later stage. However, this decision is based upon their own choices and soul contracts. Some create soul contracts for experiencing the life as a child, unconscious, unknowing, prior to full birth, and some choose to be fully conscious when they incarnate into physical bodies. This choice depends upon each soul's personal preference. Hence we, as the Galactic Federation, leave you in love light of the One Creator. Bye.
So after watching the session, my friends, I hope you have gained some understanding of what is covered in the session. The basic thing is that this event is a life-changing opportunity for us who wants to ascend into higher level of consciousness. And how can we do this? Okay, it's really explained in the session. The process is really simple. Okay, so let me firstly tell you what was covered. The first thing the Galactic Federation said is about what is the Lionsgate portal. So we need to understand what is the Lionsgate portal and how does it actually work. So basically what I understood from the session is that the Lionsgate portal is like this conjugation between our sun, which is the logos, and then there is the Sirius star, right? So the energies are coming from Sirius at this time, and because of this conjugation the energies are heightened, and we have at this time the opportunity to use the energy to activate ourselves and become dual activated, okay, if we have not already activated our dual bodies. So what is a dual activated being? Let me tell you. As far as I understood from what was covered in the session, a dual activated being is a being who has a fourth density light body also active, as well as a third density body. So for example, we have a physical body, and if we have a light body also activated, so that is a dual activated being. Now they said that mostly the wanderers, okay, the beings who have already experienced fourth density and who choose to come back to earth, these are the beings who have dual activated bodies. And there are many beings, I believe, who have this already. Many may not realize this, but they are already dual activated in their self, okay. And dual activated bodies usually occurs in wanderers who are who graduate from the same planet. So for example, if a soul graduates from the earth planet into the fourth density and decides to come back to help humanity at this time, such a being will most likely have a dual activated body, which can then be activated during its period of incarnation to spread love and light. So this is what I understood from dual activated bodies. And the exercise is very simple. What they have said is during the daytime, during this Lionsgate portal, all you need to do is just focus on changing your thought forms or your images in your mind to the image of love. Very simple, right? So just imagine a heart. Every time you have a thought, excuse me, just change it into a heart. So you change every image and every thought into a heart, and that is the simple exercise you need to do. And if you do it, you'll feel really good. I just tried it for a few moments. It feels really amazing, okay? So I believe that will help us to accept the energies, and we will have dual activated bodies, because I want to experience how it feels like, right? And the other thing that was asked in the session is, when does a soul come into the fetus? So the thing is, the soul comes into the fetus, what they said is depending on the soul's choice, because a soul may have a different choice. It may want to come before, it may want to come right at birth, or it may want to come later, depending on what it wants to experience. And it is the choice of the soul. So this is what was covered. And basically I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for watching the video, watching the trailer as well. And I am going to do some special sessions on UNIFYD TV. If you want to join, the link is on the description for UNIFYD TV. You can join it, and we will have some fun. We'll do some sessions over there. And the other thing is, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for sending me requests for past life sessions, your soul name, your current life purpose. You may have any problems in your life. You can ask me, and I will channel your higher self, and I will help you with your life, okay? So for that, send me an email over here if you want to do that. And the other thing is, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for also supporting me on my Patreon, wherein I have been uploading content which many a times cannot be shared on YouTube, and because of that, I want to say a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters as well. And until next time, my friends, see you, take care, and I hope you'll enjoy the next video. Bye.